So, dprjones is back, and that is a reason to rejoice. I am not denying that. We should all be very, very happy to see that dprjones' account has been reinstated. But I don't think this is the time to get overly confident yet. By no means has this problem been resolved, and we need to continue to raise this issue until somebody clearly indicates to us that they've listened and that they've taken our concerns on board. So I applaud the efforts, for example, by Cypher's son, who is now posting videos on the CNN iReports website, and go check them out. I'll post a link to his profile in the sidebar. That aside, there are plenty of people whose accounts are still suspended. Cosmic Gen Zen, for example. His account is still permanently suspended. There are also some other people whose accounts are currently under threat. Another account has been suspended is Brett Keen's account. And no matter what he may or may not have done in the past, I don't think a lifelong punishment for what he did would be appropriate. So there should be a point at which he could return to YouTube and be able to post again. Nothing that you can do on this site could be so bad that you should earn a lifelong ban for it. It's almost like that eternal punishment nonsense that some Christians are so fond of. So anyway, that aside, there are also some other accounts, like for example Cochran666 and Fake Sagan's accounts, who are currently on a 2-week ban. Now don't think for a moment that when they come back that everything's hunky-dory, even if they sit out their 2-week ban, because at that point in time they are still looking at a 3-strike situation, and any sort of problem that might be caused on their account could result in an immediate permaban. So these people are living under that threat, and that is not right either. Now I'm not saying that all these people are complete innocents either. They may have sailed quite close to the wind when it comes to the terms of service. But having said that, none of them have clearly breached the terms of service. And this is where YouTube is still going very, very wrong, because what keeps on happening is that people abuse the flagging system. They pick on people who do sail close to the wind, and they know that if enough people flag those videos, then a reviewer who hasn't got all the time in the world will eventually cave in under the pressure and say, maybe this flag is warranted, and they will then take action against the account. And if that happens enough, then somebody will get permabanned, even though they clearly do not deserve it. Sailing close to the wind is not a crime. So in the end, what it boils down to is, as always, stating opinions that somebody else does not agree with. Now you are perfectly in your right, if you are a person who is confronted with opinions that you find reprehensible and repulsive, to make sure that such opinions will not be stated on your channel. That is what YouTube have created, the blocking feature and the feature that will allow you to remove comments. That's what they've created that for. But after that, you have no business sticking your nose in what another person says on YouTube outside the boundaries of your channel, because then they're in public territory and they can say whatever YouTube will allow them to say. And this abuse of the flagging system is a serious problem, and something needs to be done about it. And this is where we still have a serious issue, because there is still no indication from YouTube whatsoever that they've seen the big picture. They may have realized that dprjones' suspension was unwarranted, and they took action around that, but they still do not appear to have seen the larger picture that shows that many people are affected by this, and that many people are getting their accounts suspended for no really good reasons, but only because people who disagree with them on a fundamental issue have decided to abuse the flagging system in order to get their voices silenced. Now that is not right. And still, we do not seem to be able to get through to YouTube. So if I look at somebody like Cypher's son and his brilliant efforts to try to get through to YouTube and to try to expose this issue to the press, then I can only applaud it. So that's why I'm going to post a link in the video description to post you to his channel, and from there you will find where he has been posting on the iReport site, on CNN, and so on and so forth. I personally, a while back, phoned the reporter Miguel Helft in the New York Times. I spoke with him. The problem was that as I spoke to him, it became clear to me that he did not notice that I couldn't convey to him how big an issue this really is. He saw this as a small thing that only affected a small number of people in a niche community. And he didn't see this as something worthy of running with as a reporter. And that is why we have to keep the pressure on. We have to keep pushing this over and over and over again. It is not enough that one of us contacts a reporter. Hundreds of us needs to do it until the penny drops. Right? Until somebody finally notices how big a deal this really is. So people, get off your asses and start making noise about this until something effective gets done.